Actually, before we start, let me take a red, a blue, a yellow, and a white. Okay, so these are the 4 that you have to start with right here. Okay, so on the white one, we have jump, we have a star, which is like basically anything that you want. We have block. Do you see that as block? You do see that as block. All right, and then we have punch. And if we go here, we have kick, and we have miss. All right, so the white dice are your basic dice. They're basically what you're going to start with. Then you have the yellow die. Now the yellow die is going to share 3 sides with the white die. Yellow is like stage 2. Look at this, stage 2. All right, so so again, we have punch, we have kick, and we have block. Those are the 3 sides that it shares with the white die. Punch, kick, and block. Right, and then you have fake, elbow, and knee. So now we're starting to get into a bit more of an advanced set of moves, right? Then we go to the red die. Now the red die is stage 3 and shares 3 sides with this right here. It's very hard to read, possibly because of the lighting. Let's see if maybe if I pull this away a little. Does that actually help? Oh, I see the lighting. Okay, hold on one second. I might be able to fix that. Wow, that actually looks better. Okay. Is that okay? I think that works. Could turn the lighting down a little bit for you guys. Okay, so, he who broke Twitch. Of course I know who that is. He who broke Twitch. That's great. Okay, so the red one is stage 3, and shares 3 sides with stage 2, and those are going to be let's see, they're going to be elbow, knee, and elbow, knee, elbow, knee, and fake, I think. Is that what I have on here? Kick, punch, elbow, knee, and fake. Yeah, so this one shares elbow, knee, and fake with this one here. And then we bring in the stage 4 die, and this one right here shares 3 sides with this one and 2 sides with the white one. So we have where are we? Let's go. Block is going to be shared with this one, the original die. Roll is going to be shared with stage 3. Let's see. Star is going to be shared with stage 2. Access to list 1 right now. Eventually, you'll have all of your moves with knee, which means if I get another yellow die from purchasing the top, I'll have more access to knees if I roll them. Now, if I roll 2 knees, I could purchase this guy right here, and then I'll have a red die, which will give me access to much, much deeper combos down here. But again, you have to get lucky in order to roll it, but I mean, everything on here is either accessible in the previous one, or it's not accessible, or it's accessible in a deeper combination. So let's just put that red one back, and let's put that back to a knee, just for an example. So this is just the mechanic, right? So we'll set this this yellow aside here. Come on now. Where are you, yellow? Okay, so we'll set that yellow aside, and we'll take these, and we're going to go ahead and re-roll another set. So this is round 2. We haven't started our second fight yet, so this guy is still in our reserve, right? He's basically, I've learned that, but I can't quite use it yet. So this round, let's see, I've only rolled 2 misses, which is very good. Thankfully, only 2 misses. Let's push all these up for you guys. So I've rolled 2 misses. I've rolled, 3 stars. I've rolled 2 kicks and 2 punches. So stars can count as anything. These things are anything, which is great. Which means I could use 2 stars to purchase this knee down here, this red knee. Or I could use 2 stars to purchase this yellow fake up here, since I don't have access to a second yellow to purchase another fake, and I don't want to use these guys. Or I could get a kick off the top, a punch off the top, and any other thing off the top, or a knee actually with these 2 right here. And then I could just do like, unfortunately, since 1 punch and one kick is not an actual move, it doesn't deal damage. It always has to be 2 or more dice to do any damage at all. So let's say that would be a waste. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a let's see, what do we have here on the combo list? We've got it looks like we've got punch, punch, kick, kick, punch, punch, kick, kick. That is a combo. So we're going to go ahead and use the punch, punch, kick, kick here. And then we're going to take 2 of these right here, and we're going to purchase something. Let's purchase this one right here, just another kick, right? So now I have 2 yellow dice that I'll be able to use for next fight, but not this fight. I've learned them in this fight. So you're going to have to balance between actually causing damage or purchasing items, or purchasing moves, rather, to increase your skill. If this is going to be I'll tell you about the plans for it later. I just want to get through some of this a little bit more. Okay, so I have some sort of a rule where if you're on yellow, if you haven't bought all of the yellow ones yet, you can have up to 9 yellows and up to 6 reds before you can start going into blues, right? And you can't have any blues until all the yellows are gone. Once the yellows are gone, then you can have up to 6 reds and 3, or it's something like that, 6, 3. It kind of goes down into a degrading system so that you're capped off at a certain power level. You can't just dig straight down because you rolled a lot of these really easily and dig straight down to blue and get a blue. You can't get blue until all the yellows are gone. And then there's only a certain number, and that's all listed in something that I have, some document that I have. Okay, so let's see what else we could do with this. Instead of purchasing this right here, let's see if we can get some more damage in, right? So if we look up here, we have a jump and we have look down here, we have a jump and a kick. Well, we don't have a jump, but this star could be a jump, so let's do a jump and a kick, and then let's do a punch, or we can do this, we could do a punch and a punch kick, and now we have 3 moves that we were able to do with these dice. Obviously the stars are fucking awesome. So essentially, that's the mechanic, and you just keep burying yourself deeper and deeper in. So let's say I'm with multiple people. Okay, I plan on having 4 archetypes. This is my melee attack person. I do have plans to have a melee attack person, a ranged attack person, a melee support person, which is probably going to be like a tank, have tank skills, and then a ranged support person, which is probably going to have some sort of healing or something like that. And maybe the tank will have healing too, just not as powerful or not as often. And what's nice is that this says knee, this says kick, this says block, punch, fake, elbow, knee. If I choose to have 2 different types of melee fighters, right? There's melee fighter, melee support, ranged fighter, ranged support. So if I choose to have 2 different types of melee fighters, all I have to do is say that I have to just create a new move card and just label it as something different. So punch for a like a rogue or something like that will deal 1 and a piercing damage. 1 piercing damage, which means it will automatically get through, and that's what will be labeled as the effect. But maybe on a monk character, it's punch is dual shock. It does 2 damage and staggers them. So all I have to do really is come up with some really generic words to go on these moves, and then kind of figure out the whole move list according to the archetype that I plan on building for. So with again, let's say we do some really heavy purchasing here. We'll purchase a punch, we'll purchase a kick, and then we'll purchase a fake. So we'll just get this fake off the top, we'll get this punch off the top, and then we'll get this kick off the top. And so now, as you can see, we've got 4 yellows. Now, I would only do that if I knew that I wasn't going to take a shit ton of damage this turn, because I rolled misses instead of blocks. If I had rolled blocks instead, I could have done some really, really safe purchasing, essentially. But maybe I have a teammate. Maybe I'm running through a dungeon. Maybe I'm doing the double dragons thing and we're walking through a city. This mechanic can be it can be formed to anything. The other idea that I have is, this going to be a PC game? No, Zuko, this is going to be a board game just like this. I stream mostly the creation of board and card games, so this will be an actual physical die rolling game. So the other thing that you can do, which would be interesting, is let's say I choose to be the rogue. I also get 1 extra die, and let's just take out a die of a different color. Let's take out this black die right here, right? And let's say this black die was actually his weapon die. So maybe I have a dagger die, or maybe he's a rogue, so he gets his 2 dagger dice, and he gets to roll those in addition to everything else. And so you roll those and you get like poke and throw or something like that, and you're like, sweet, I'm going to combine these with these to give some extra bonus damage. And then on this move list over here, next to it, like basically branching off of the move, so you'll have dual shock, punch, punch, and then underneath it, it'll be like, if you add one dagger that's a throw, you can do punch, punch, or if you add 2 daggers just holding the daggers, now you're going to deal an extra 3 damage. So you can add weapon dice in that are specific per class. You can also do something like, as you're traversing through the land, you might come across a weapon, and then you just get to take that weapon die out of the box, the one that's not being used, and you go, okay, I've gotten the chakram dice. So now you get to take out the chakram die and you get to roll that as well, along with all of your other things. And everything will have like, if it's specifically a dagger, it deals extra damage. And then the chakram will come with its own card, essentially. So let's just use a magic card here and pretend that we have a chakram dice. Or let's say a spear die, right? So let's say this melee guy gets a spear die. On the card, it'll say, if you roll this symbol, add this much. If you roll this symbol, add this much. So then you get to roll that die in addition to everything else and add that kind of an effect or that kind of symbol. So for example, like if it were a spear, it could have range. It's essentially a pike, right? But you could also throw it. So what you could do is one of the numbers or one of the images on it could be reach. So what it does is you get to add reach to any one of your moves. So if you do a punch punch and punch punch doesn't have the ability to be to hit somebody who's been staggered or who is at range, you get to add this to that combo if you want. So it's a very, very loose system that has a lot of moldability to whatever it is that you're going to use. So let's say you want to give up your you want to turn in your spear or something like that for something else. So you go ahead and you turn that in, you give the die back to the main to the dice box, and then you go and you find another weapon. Or maybe it gets 3 uses and it cracks. There are things like that you can do. Oh, this could totally be a mobile game as well. Yeah, absolutely. It very well could be. And it would just be like basically a digital version of the board game where you have this stack of dice. This is your skill tree, essentially. This is just a new way to look at skill trees. And then, so let's say we beat the guy, right? And I had to use the remainder of my turns to go ahead and just go ahead and fuck these guys up. I had to hit them hard, and my teammates were healing me and acting as tanks, and this is all I got to purchase from that last fight. We're walking around, we go into our second fight. Guess what? I get to add these now. So now I'm rolling even more dice. Right, so now I roll these dice, and as you can see, I got a punch, which is one of the 3 sides that the yellow shares with the white dice, or the stage 2 shares with the stage 1 die. What's up, Blue Key? I also got an elbow. I also got a kick, which is another one that shares a side, and then I got a fake. Now, a fake will do something like have the ability to add or have an unblockable 1 point of damage. So I might do something like, look, I have 2 fakes here. I've got 2 punches, I've got 3 punches, I've got 4 punches, I've got a kick, I've got a jump, I've got an unfortunate miss, but I've got that star card, and I've got 3 blocks. 3 blocks is really, really good. Oh, good, you're putting on me as a suit. That's disturbing, but I did create that command after all, so I suppose I deserve that, right? So as you can see over here, 3 blocks is called Stone Guard. It completely blocks 1 attack. So now I've started working on how the bad guys actually fight. I'll go ahead and pull this over. So I have some ideas on how bad guys will actually fight and some of their abilities, and they have what's called block tokens, and they have rules on when they use block tokens. So a lot of this is going to be AI information on the card on how to force the player to make the enemy react to your hits. That way you don't need to make this a digital game. That way you can play this solo if you wanted to. You don't need a DM. Because I started making a dungeon crawler with this, essentially, but I realized it could be anything. This could be used for fighting. This could be used, like, fighting each other. This could be used in a tournament where, you start off shitty, and then you just get better and better throughout the tournament because you get new moves. You get access to new moves that you're going to have on a really long move list. So let's say I look at this and I go, there's a punch here, there's an elbow, there's a knee, there's a knee, there's an elbow. I also have a fake, a knee, and another knee. Well, you know what? We have 1 knee. And I could dig deeper into the red, but you know what? I want more chances to get some of these yellows. So you go, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a star with, oh, that's not an E, that's a fake. I apologize. I'm going to take a star with an elbow in order to try to purchase this elbow right here. So we're going to set these aside. They've been used to purchase this round, and this elbow over here is going to be set aside even further, and this one will be my don't use until the next fight round. So that'll go over there. These are going to go as used. I'm going to use my 3 blocks, so these are going to go down here as used. I'm going to use or miss is basically wasted, so that goes over there. I'm going, oh, sorry, up there. This is my next round pile. My bad. Then we have a jump and a fake and a punch, kick, knee. Oh, no knee. I said that again. Crean, thank you so much for the host, buddy. So let's say I use 2 punches. I use punch, I use a jump, punch, and then I do a fake kick, and that's how I go. Or if I wanted to, I could say, screw it, I'm going to go ahead and spend these 2 punches over here to purchase another punch off this pile for next round. I'm going to use these. Oh, guess what? There are no more punches here, so I can't use these 2 punches. And these, so basically this is what I'm left with completely. So that round, I could have purchased this and still had a lot of things to do. So that's the overall the system. You just keep going down and down and down and keep digging down until you have the ultimate fighter. And so I imagine that games would go pretty quickly. There are going to be moves that make you lose a die. Like in enemies will, if they hit you hard enough, they'll make you lose a die of a certain color. Like, oh, you just got wrecked. Put a yellow die back, and you're like, ah, fuck, I'll put this one back here. And so you have to re-earn it and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth, like leveling and de-leveling based on how hard you get hit. If you get knocked out, you de-level, stuff like that. But essentially, that's the game. You just you choose to either, when you roll your pieces, you choose to either, wow, that was a great roll. You choose to either use your pieces to attack, or you use them to try to increase your damage. I'm sorry, increase your damage output, basically your moves list. You increase your access to your moves list. So this is 3 blocks, an elbow, jump, a knee, and then a punch and a punch. So let's do like something silly like, let's do a jump knee, like a flying knee. Let's do a jump elbow that has its own effect, and that will be in the yellow section because you'll have access to the yellow ones. And then maybe we do the block so that we block one auto attack or one attack entirely. We'll do a jump punch, which is, as you can see here, I think it's in here, jump punch, a torpedo. It deals 3 damage to myself. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's add, let's do another set of 3 blocks right here. Let's not purchase this round. And then let's add let's do just a single jump punch, and let's do another punch. Now we've used all of the possible moves that we can possibly do. So that's it. That's the mechanic. That's the almost the entirety of the game. You kind of don't need to know anything else because it's merely a mechanic that I plan on attaching to a dungeon crawler. There you go. Well, thank you for listening. That was my Dice Fighter game. If you're interested in learning about the Dice Fighter game, I'll probably make a highlight so that you guys can see it on YouTube or whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead and white first because those are going to come out last. So put those in. Looks like I'm missing a white die somewhere. So, oh, wow.